Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Elo and I'm a Nigerian mom living here in the Netherlands, and I share about my life here, motherhood, all of the things that comes with it. And in today's video, I want to talk about something that is very real for moms living abroad, and that is burnout. Between navigating a new culture, possibly working a job, raising kids, learning a new language, it can be a lot, especially when you are doing that without your village or your support system. And in the 2 years that I have lived in the Netherlands, I have learned a few things along the way that has made my life easier. And today I want to share that with you. And so if this seems like something that you'll be interested in, then you know what to do. Keep on watching. One of the biggest causes of burnout for moms living abroad is feeling like you're doing everything by yourself. Back home, where I'm from in Nigeria, we have an entire village to help us. We have moms, we have grandmas, we have aunties and uncles, even the neighbor that will help you in raising your child. Like we all know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And you literally have a village in Nigeria. But here is you and your husband or your wife and the Holy Spirit that will be raising your children. But that is where you have to take the extra effort, take the extra step to build a community. It could be that mom from school that you occasionally chat with and you become friends with. It could be the friends that you make here. It could be the lovely neighbor that is always willing to help you babysit your children for an hour or two. Wherever you can find help, I will advise you to take it. It is not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It is actually very critical for your own sanity and your own survival that you ask for help when you need it. So as a mom living abroad, my first advice to you would be to try to create your own village. Friends that can help you, neighbors, the kid from school that the mother is willing to have your child come for a play date for an hour or two. They are integral for your well-being and your sanity. Sometimes burnout can come from a feeling of loss or just feeling like you have lost yourself. I went through this phase sometime in my first year here in the Netherlands, and I'm pretty sure I made a video about it saying like I felt like I wanted to go back home because I was mourning the loss of my old life and I was finding it hard to come to terms with my new reality. And sometimes that sense of loss can cause burnout because you feel so lost, so overwhelmed in all the newness that is around you. And I think it is at this time that you need to hold your culture really close to you. For me, sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit down, small smoky jollof rice and I'm good. So sometimes when I feel a bit down, I cook meals that are very near and dear to my heart. I find ways to infuse my culture, or I start a dance party and I start dancing to some Nigerian music that will just, make me feel that sense of home. And I think it is one thing that has really helped to keep me grounded. I find ways to feel close to home. It could be getting on the phone with your mom or your siblings that still live at home, or just, seeing life through their eyes back home. That can also help because a lot of times burnout is not just physical, it's mental. So any way that you can find to lift that mental load, you should do that. And this is one trick that has worked for me. I cook I cook Nigerian meals all the time. And so that alone gives me a sense of home. I don't feel like I'm missing a lot. And, I also stay connected to the music, whatever it is that just gives you that sense of closeness to your home. I think you should do that. This next tip, I think I should have put it as number one. And it is that you should prioritize rest. I know it can be really hard because there's 1,001 things to do and there is little to no one for you to lean on. You don't have household help, you don't have family, you don't already have, your tribe to delegate a lot of this task with or to. But I will advise you, please rest. The laundry will be fine if it doesn't get done today. The house will be good if it doesn't get deep cleaned today. Sometimes when you are tired, just rest. My dear, rest in Jesus' name. Even our Father in heaven rested after all the good work that he did. And as moms, it is not in our nature to take rest, which is why you have to be very intentional about it. We always tend to take care of everybody first before ourselves. But one of my favorite things to tell my friends and to tell myself is you cannot pour from an empty cup. If you are running on low, you need to take some time and rest. Sometimes lay on the couch for 5-10 minutes, not doing anything. Snuggle up with your kids, watch TV, read a book, drink some tea, do whatever it is that you need to fill your cup. I have learned to I have learned to prioritize my time. I say it now that self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Your cup has to be full for you to be able to pour into the cup of others. And so you need to take your time to rest. Prioritize your rest. Find new hobbies. I love to read. I love to color. I love me a nice cup of tea, a nice glass of wine, a nice, cup of coffee. And those are like self-care for me. And so I do that. One of the things that I also really do now is I've always been very intentional about my appearance, but now I take extra time in the mornings. When I'm getting the kids dressed for school, I also get dressed for the day because it sets the tone for how I feel throughout the day. So I dress up, I do my little everyday morning makeup. It takes me 5-10 minutes. I just do my eyebrows, put some mascara, put some lipstick on, and I feel good. And I put some perfume on. Perfume is not only for when you are going out. Spray perfume, smell nice, feel good. Wear that dress that is hanging in your closet that you are waiting for one special occasion to go on. Every day is a special occasion. My point here is find your own self-care language and speak it to yourself constantly. Take care of yourself. You are at your best as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, as a person when you feel your best. Okay? The next tip is go outside. Yes, go outside. You are smelling like house. Otinrole, like Yoruba people will say. I cannot overemphasize the wonders that a little walk, a little fresh air, a little sunshine does for your mental health. You are probably feeling burnt out because you have not gone out of the house. Neither sun, nor rain, nor breeze has touched you, and you are wondering why you are feeling like that. Listen, get up, put some shoes on, put some clothes on, take a walk. You will feel 100 times better. So many times, all we need to do is just go outside, literally. You don't have to go far. You don't need to have a destination in mind. One of the things that I love about the Netherlands is how scenic it is. I love to take walks. And the fact that I can take walks surrounded by so much greenery, I can hear the birds chirping, it does so much for my mental health. When I feel some type of way, a lot of times I just go outside. I'm going for a walk. And that's one thing that I love about the Dutch people. You will see them outside. Come rain, come shine, they will take walks because they also understand, apart from what it does for your physical health and well-being, it also really, really helps with your mental well-being. So if you are feeling burnt out, if you're feeling overwhelmed, sometimes just go for a walk, babe. Take a walk and you'll feel so much better for it. This last tip is kind of like a follow-up to resting, and it is that you should do something just for you sometimes. Like I already said, a lot of times moms, we put ourselves on the back burner. On our list, we are like at the bottom of the list. But sometimes do something that is just purely for your own enjoyment. One of the things that I do that is purely for my own enjoyment is to go bookshop hopping. I already mentioned earlier that I love books. And so sometimes I just leave my house, I get dressed and I go to bookshops. I probably buy books while I'm there, but I just love being surrounded by books. And that is something that I do purely for me and me alone. Aside from that, I also go fragrance shopping. Sometimes I don't even buy stuff. I go into perfume shops. I smell new fragrances. If I can afford to buy one, I buy one. If not, I add it to my wish list. Those are things that I do that is just for me. I don't do it for anybody. It is purely for my own enjoyment. If I now want to cap it up while I'm there, I buy some bubble tea. I'm good. I'm happy. And these are, one of the few things that I do that fill my cup immensely. Whenever I'm feeling down, I tell you, I just dust my shoes and I go to a bookshop or I go to a fragrance store. When I come back, I will not be the same person that left. And I have learned that it is so important, especially for those of us that are parenting abroad, that are doing motherhood abroad without our tribe, without our families, to find ways to do things that fill our cup. I will not stop saying it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So find ways to fill your cup constantly. Sometimes do things that are only for you. You do so much for every other person except yourself. And it's important that you take care of yourself. So do something that is purely, solely just for you. It's okay to be a little bit selfish once in a while, as long as it's not to the detriment of any other person. It's just for your own enjoyment and for your own well-being. If for you is to play dress up, I also go like window shopping for clothes sometimes. I go into the fitting room. I try on different things, be a girl, just a girl in the world. Like a child, I play dress up and it makes me feel so good. And I have learned to do those things that make me feel good and I do not feel guilty about it. I don't even give anybody the chance or the power to make me feel guilty about it. I love it for me and I do it for me. So what's your business? So yeah, do that for yourself and your future self will thank you for it. To conclude all this, my long talk, my dear mama abroad, burnout is real and it's bad. I know it can be really hard doing life by yourself without your support system. But trust me, there are little ways that you can make your journey easy. And I really, really hope that I've been able to encourage you today that, first of all, you are not alone. We are many. We are many. But some of us have learned tips and tricks that have made our journey easier. And that is why I decided to share with you today. Just to help you lighten the load a little bit, to help you feel seen, heard, understood. You're not moving mad. You are totally okay. It is okay to feel the way you're feeling. But my friends know me. I will tell you that yes, we can feel bad. You have exactly 3 minutes to throw yourself a pity party. After that, let's snap out of it. Get out, get up, get up, get up. So yeah, I don't want you to sink into a dark place because from burnout it can just spiral. I really hope that you just, find ways to make yourself feel better. Find little pockets of peace here and there that just lighten the load and help your journey. Two things to remember before I go. First of all, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So always, always remember to fill your cup. And the second thing I'm going to say is self-care is not a luxury. It is not a luxury. Self-care is not a luxury. It's a necessity. And self-care doesn't mean one thing. It is not a one size fits all. So find that thing. Find your own self-care and stick with it. Okay? I love you. I'm rooting for you and you are doing amazing. You are doing amazing, my darling. And so that's it from me. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment, like, subscribe, the whole shebang. Share with your friends or any mom that you know that is currently abroad raising kids by themselves. Let us encourage each other. Yeah, let's encourage each other. We can do this. I'm rooting for you guys and I will see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye.